Okay, for part 2.2, we're supposed to write a program that asks the user for 3 grades and prints the average to the output, including what the letter equivalent is. To get started with this, I have taken our usual example template and filled it in for an average grade.java file. I've done my imports already, and I have made my variables and done the basic input and calculated the average. So I think at that probably you're at the point where everybody can do that just from reading the program spec. And now we're going to do the if-else part together. Or you can check yourself to see how you did if yours is already working. Okay, so at this point I know the average. We'll just say that A is 90 plus, B is 80 plus, and C is 70 plus, and F is everything else, I guess, 60 plus, or 69.9, whatever, below 70. Okay. I'm going to have to start at one end or the other for the ifs to work out, right, because of the way math works, and I'll start at the top, I think. If average is greater than or equal to 90, we'll call that an A. I'm just going to set up my ifs right now, and I'll fill them in a minute. Else, if it's greater than or equal to 80, that will be the B area. I really like, I'm a big fan of setting up the structure first and then filling in the details afterwards. It kind of helps me keep organized. You may find that oh, actually, I already didn't need to do that. Can't multitask. It helps me if I get this sort of the big view done, and then I could just go into the areas and fill in the details. Helps my brain stay organized. If we're here, we know this is an A, so I can print it out. Your grade of, let's use printf. That'll be way easier. Your grade of whatever it is, let's go 1 decimal point, is an A. Okay. Super. And we'll just have this again. Oh, but you know what? As I do this, I am realizing that, now this is really repetitious. In this case, it's okay to do, but I just want to show you one other option, which would be cool to do. Because I can start to see a lot of similarities between these different things. Here are the similarities and differences. So here, I may or may not have an N. Here I will have a character, a single character. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a couple more variables and split the system printf down up to the bottom. So string, n string, starts as the empty string, may not ever be used, char, grade char. And that a char is a single character. We haven't really done too much with char, so that's why I think I'm going to use it now just for an example. And I can't put an empty char. It's not allowed, so I have to put something in there. So I'm going to choose a default of A. String is okay if it's empty, and that's why I used it. If I knew that I was going to have some character after this, like right in this slot every time, then I could have used a char, but I'm not sure. It might be empty, and so that's why I'm going to use a string here. Okay, so if I have those two variables, here's what I can do. Instead of having my printf over here, and the reason why I like splitting printf out in particular is because we're humans, and it's quite often that I'm changing not so much like what the program does, but how it prints the output out, and it's such a pain to go do that in multiple places. I like to keep my printfs as minimal as possible, and this is a nice way, because I know I'm going to be printing for every case. Now that I have some extra things to fill in, I'm going to say this is the nstr, which is a string, %s, and this is a character, which is %c in printf. And then I'm going to fill in my variable names. This first part, the double, will be the average. This one will be the n string, and this will be the, what did I call it, grade char? Oh gosh, grade char, n string and average, yep. Okay, so that should do the printing. Okay, except of course I've forgotten a new line character because I always forget a new line character. And now I'm going to deal with filling in the strings. So for A or F, we would say an A, and we would say an F, but we would say a B, and we would say a C. So that means that for A and F, the N string will get set to an actual N. And that will be true here in the A area, and it will be true here in the F area. The rest of them we're going to have to set, the grade char we're going to have to set in each case. It's A here, it's B here, obviously, and one more. Oh, no, two more. C, oh, here's my computer. Thanks, computer. And F. I hate it when the Google Calendar does that, it drives me crazy. Okay, Command S to save. Just take a quick look through this to make sure my logic is right. Putting N's in the right place. They will flow down into here. And it looks like I have greater than or equals, and I have an else to catch all the other cases. Okay, let's take it for a drive. Java C average. Java. Same as before, it's going to be important for me to test each case. So, and I'm going to use easy numbers. So let's test the A case. 90, 90, 100. Super. And A. Okay, good. Let's do it again. For 70, 80, 90. Okay, it's a B. Super. That also looks good. Let's try C. What the heck is a C? 70, 70, 80. Okay. And so far so good. One last one. 0, 30, 60. And F. I love it. Done.